Namaste, good morning, brothers and sisters, learners and listeners, ladies and gentlemen, scholars and students, teachers and trainers, all over the world, those who are listening from the world of science, religion, spirituality, arts, commerce, and engineering. I especially thank and welcome our respected officials, fathers, mothers, ministers and doctors. Among us, the presence of the Prime Minister, Saint Dr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi ji. I heartily, cordially welcome the mind-blowing and outstanding personality who is multi-dimensional personality, really praiseworthy, admirable and appreciable for all of us. I again specially welcome for your valuable and precious time. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, really welcome you and thanks the God for bestowing and showering unrelenting, unceasing and unstopping blessings and grace on our nation, on our society. So today we are here for listening the truth through spirituality and science. Today, really very nice day, nice time. Everyone is present today. In his mind, the presence of your mind is really in your hand, in your control of your soul. So what is the Supreme Soul express us? How we can fight for the right of our spirituality, for the right of our soul? It is very common question among all of us. Very common. Today, I remind the time of 1789, which was the time of French Revolution in France. Due to that, consequences of that was the revolution in the whole world against materialism, because this materialism brought sufferings, miseries, sorrows, tensions, terror, fear, horror. But later on, William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge, by their collaboration, they started writing lyrical ballads in praise of nature for pacify the whole environment and atmosphere of the mind of the people of the world. Everyone knows how they fought this war and became winner ultimately just by studying their spirituality. Not only by studying but by applying and implementing. Nowadays, it depends upon us how do we spend our daily life, what is our daily routine. If in our daily routine we are very conscious, aware, awakened about the every moment of life, day by day that we are spending, and we are going near the ultimate truth of life. So it is rightly said by the American novelist, by the American poet Robert Frost, whose written lines were really inspiring, encouraging and motivating. He usually wrote these lines, read these lines: the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises, miles to go before I sleep. Means the whole world has allurementation, temptation. It attracts our soul towards it and takes us away from realities, the ultimate truth of life, which is forever, which is permanent. Similarly, John Keats says, life is temporary, but art is long. These philosophies, views are very similar with Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, because he was also the researcher and discoverer of the truth of life. So just by passing 40 years of his life, he wrote, he read, he heard the truth inside. It means not that he has not visited the different countries. He went outside of our nation in the different countries, like our present Prime Minister visited different countries for addressing the message of humanity, oneness, unity, culture of our India, for the civilization of our nation. He spreaded out the true message among the citizens of the different countries. So our free thinkers, prophets, messengers, saints, foretellers, forecasters, astronomers, astrologers, all have addressed us. You are to lead your life, routine life, full of satisfaction, with full of knowing that you are going at the righteous path. Sometimes I discuss with students, scholars of the universities, students, those who are preparing examinations for fighting the competitive classes. They say simply that, sir, I don't know tense. Even our officials, scholars, advocates, doctors, those who are the gazetted officers, they don't have time, they are very busy always. One gazetted officer say me that, sir, I want to learn tense. Firstly, I expressed sorry, but later on he compelled me to learn. So it is very simple and common grammatical topic, but it is very useful. How the whole English grammar has been woven by the language researchers or linguistics. How have they categorized these topics for beautifying our language, for the complete information, for the complete knowledge. Grammatical topics work as a tool, set of rules which helps in understanding the language and literature clearly, completely. So today, now and here we are discussing tense. Simply, tense means time. Students are taught in schools, colleges, universities, competitive classes. But nobody knows the concept of tense. It is really a great fact to be learnt by our scholars. What is tense? Don't go in the past and don't go in the future. First, keep your mind in present. Just think about our 24 hours daily that we spend. As we study the classification of time, hours, minutes and seconds. Like that, our whole 24 hours are divided in 3 sessions. First session is morning, second is noon and third is evening session. These sessions are divided in 3 kinds. Likely that there are classification of our each tense. We can take the concept of rotation of our earth. Earth takes 24 hours in its rotation, and by rotating, by its motion, changes come in the day. Like that, changes come in the classification of present tense, past tense and future tense. So let us talk now about present tense. Our today's present. If we think our 24 hours is present, is the symbol of present, and morning time is the best time according to scientists. But for understanding the grammatical topic, we can categorize it in present indefinite tense. Morning time, early in the morning time is present indefinite time, and this is the starting of all the tenses, because this time is very crucial time, beneficial time, meritorious, advantageous for our soul, mind, body, for all organs of our human body. It has great importance. If we get up in this time and we meditate, then we think we get a lot of energy in our human body. After repairing, after re-preparing, our body feels peace and tranquility of heart and mind in this time. So all permanent actions can be felt early in the morning. Whatsoever is happening daily in the nature, as per the law of nature, as per the law of science, as per the law of economics, as per the law of society, as per the law of different subjects, our morning time similarly match with them, because that shows the certainty, permanency, stability. So this time is expressed with the particular, permanent, stable, unchangeable actions in the morning time. So this concept is very clear from it, that the morning time is related to present indefinite tense. The classification is indefinite, means that something is uncertain, uncertain time. This time cannot be certainized, but the action of this time is permanent. So we can understand later on present continuous tense. What is this? This time is equal to our noon time. When the sun gets the full energy for the earth, it gets full temperature on the earth, that time is equal to continuation, progression. So the time is continue. Next, third is present perfect tense, that is equal to the evening time. How is equal to evening time? Because the nature almost complete its works, complete its journey in the evening time, and the sun goes to sleep, sun goes to set. So all the perfection of the works are defined in this tense. Time is perfect. In the evening time, time is perfect, but action after the completion of the journey of the sun starts imperfection of the actions. And the fourth category of the time of the present tense, that is present perfect continuous tense, which covers all tenses. Fourth kind of tense that covers all tenses except present indefinite tense. In present perfect continuous tense, we study the actions of the whole night, where there is perfection and progression of the actions. Some scholars, officials, ministers, researchers, they are thinking about how has it been classified, but it is the truth. You will not find it in any book, because the whole grammatical topics are imaginative. As per imagination, they have written English grammar just for cramming the rules, and our Indians are cramming the rules, not getting the concept. That's why they forget, they do not keep in their mind, they cannot keep their in mind for long time, and they forget the concept. Which concept? Concept of our Indians. But the original concept is totally reverse of it, related to nature, that should be understood by the higher scholars, researchers, research scholars, scientists. They can meditate on it, they can think it. It is the reality that our 24 hours are covered with present tense. There are similarities. Moreover, there are 8 actions in English for the classification as per the psychologists. They think that first idea that comes in our mind, only idea, not action. If we say the action, that is the most internal action. That is the internal action of our mind to thought, to think. So that is classified as present. In present tense, intention to do action. One is intention to do action. Early in the morning, whenever we get up, idea comes first to do anything. For example, someone wants to take tea. Then idea comes in his mind for taking tea, but it means not that idea will fulfill his demand of taking tea. When idea comes, just it has created, it has ordered, not executed. By the example, I am going to take tea. I am going to take tea. What is going to in this sentence? Going to is the symbol of intention. This intention is in our mind. Nothing practically happening in front of us. Intention to do action. I am going to take tea. After some time, next idea comes. I am taking tea. This is the second step. I am taking tea. So this tense in English, as per the action, we can say present continuous tense without mention of time. There is no mentioning of time. The idea, the thought is revolving continually. Regularly the idea is revolving in our mind for taking tea. Next time, when the idea continually revolving within the time, for example, I have been taking tea for 1 hour. So this tense comes in present continuous tense with mention of time, because we are mentioning time in this sentence, in this tense. So this action is being perfect. Next, if we have finished the action, for example, I have taken tea. So this action, psychologically we say action just finished, means I have taken tea. After some time, someone comes and say, why do you take tea? Then our answer comes, I have to take tea. I have to take tea. So the same action can be counted as action. Which kind of action? Yes, forced action. That is forced action, because under circumstances, under obligations, under offer, we are compelled to do that action. In the next part, I say, you say, he says, she says. I always take tea. If I say the example, I always take tea, this is in English what kind of action? All time action. If I say I always take tea, so always is the symbol of taking the tea after the fixed time interval. Always means that weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, yearly. That is always. That is the meaning of always. But that action which we repeat daily, according to our routine, that is the part of our routine, or that can be counted in our habitual action. For that we use routine action, the action that we do daily in our daily life, that is routine action. Ultimately, the action which are expressed naturally, commonly, generally, usually, that are counted as simple action. So there are 8 steps to be understood for knowing the truth of the steps of the actions. By learning the concept of tense, by learning the steps of actions, tense becomes very easy to understand. First action, intention to do action. Next is continuous action without mention of time. Third is continuous action with mention of time. Fourth is action just finished. Fifth is forced action. Sixth is routine action, all time action, and simple action. So there are 8 actions that are repeated in present, and the same actions are repeated in the past and future. So this concept, I think, is very clear for all of you. I am the doctor of language. I have been researched on the words of English grammar by visiting, by delivering lectures at the different universities, in the different educational institutes, IELTS academies, IELTS institutes, and even professional institutes, degree colleges, PG colleges of English literature. So as per my consequences, I am expressing the truth of tense through science and spirituality. All the tools of English grammar are scientific. If these tools are used for the purification of our soul, then these scientific words becomes the spiritual solution of the soul. Doctors know very well, all the researchers know very well about these things. But before that, we are to be physically fit and fine. We are to be healthy. If we have the good health, as we and our students learn that early to bed, early to rise, healthy, wealthy and wise. So health concept is the very essential for knowing the spirituality. And now we are discussing facts, the facts about pregnancy and childbirth. Pregnancy and childbirth are a special time of life. There are 3 things you need to learn about in order to have a safe pregnancy and a healthy baby. Prenatal care, how to care for yourself and your unborn child. Postnatal care, how to care for yourself after giving birth. Newborn care, how to care for your newborn child. So we are studying it now. So just concentrate and meditate upon this topic. Be conscious about the present time, presently, as you are watching, that this is very important time of knowing our spiritual science. What is written, what is said about prenatal care, then postnatal care, how to care for yourself after giving birth, newborn care, how to care for your newborn child, step by step, prenatal care, what is prenatal care, how do we care prenatal, what is prenatal care and why do you need it? Prenatal care is the medical care of a pregnant woman and her unborn baby throughout pregnancy. Prenatal care saves lives of mothers and babies. Nearly 6 million women around the world die from pregnancy related causes each year. In most cases, they did not have prenatal care. Babies born to women who do not get prenatal care are 4 times more likely to die before their first birthday. With good prenatal care, you will learn what to expect during your pregnancy. There will also be medical tests to detect any problems as soon as possible. Prenatal care includes regular medical visits to a health worker, doctors or nurse. Good nutrition, regular physical activity, avoiding unhealthy substances, awareness and monitoring of warning signs. Prenatal medical visits. How often should you see a doctor? If there are no problems, you should see a doctor once a month until the 28th week, then every 2 weeks until the 36th week, and then weekly until the delivery date. If you are over age 35 or suffer from high blood pressure or diabetes, you should visit more frequently. During your first prenatal visit, your doctor will take a medical history of you and your family, examine you to confirm you are pregnant, and evaluate your general health. Perform a vaginal exam to check reproductive organs and pelvis and work out the stage of pregnancy. Perform blood test to find out what type of blood you have and to check disease which could be transmitted to the baby. Perform a pap smear test to make sure the neck of the womb is healthy. Advise you about diet and exercise and warn you about things that could be harmful to your baby. The second and following prenatal visits will include checking your weight, blood pressure, and estimating the size of the uterus to check the growth of the baby. Ultrasound scanning to find any problems with the baby's growth and development. Blood test to check for anemia and diabetes. Urine test to check for urinary tract infection, kidney failure or diabetes. Vaccination against tetanus, About 1 to 2 months before your baby is born, the doctor will examine you to check the way the baby is lying. The baby's head should be down. The doctor will check to see how far the baby has moved down into your pelvis. This will be checked regularly until the baby is born. Other tests you may have: if you get sick during pregnancy, your blood may be tested for diseases which could be passed on to your baby. If the doctor thinks that anything may be wrong with your baby, he or she may take a sample of the placenta or fluid from the sac around the baby, or even a little of the baby's blood. If you have a high risk pregnancy or are overdue, the doctor may need to perform further tests to check that you and your baby are in no danger and that the baby is growing properly. These tests help the doctor to be sure the pregnancy is healthy and that any possible danger to you and your baby is found very early and dealt with. Good nutrition. What should you eat? Good nutrition during pregnancy helps the baby grow and develop normally. There is less risk of an early birth or small baby if you have good nutrition. Eating the right foods will help prevent anemia, infection, and a difficult labor, and speed your healing after giving birth. You should drink plenty of fluids and eat a variety of wholesome foods such as whole grains, pulses, beans, lentils, dals, vegetables and fruits, so that you get enough of the following. Protein ensures proper development of the baby and placenta. Good sources of protein are dairy products, milk, paneer, cheese, curds, soybean curd, beans, dals and pulses, nuts and sesame seeds. Calcium is good for your baby's bones and blood. Good sources of calcium are dairy products, dark leafy green vegetables, along with it broccoli. Iron is necessary for the developing the good supply of the baby and to prevent anemia in the mother. Good sources of iron are lentils, chickpeas, green leafy vegetables. In green leafy vegetables, spinach, etc. Dried fruits like apricots, raisins and molasses. Folic acid will reduce the risk of certain birth defects. Good sources of folic acid are dark green leafy vegetables. Supplements: as soon as you know you are pregnant, or if you are trying to get pregnant, you should take iron and folic acid tablets daily. Fluids: drink at least 2 liters of fluid a day. This can be clean water, juice or milk. Regular physical activity. Can you exercise? Yes, a healthy woman can safely continue her usual activities during pregnancy, such as work, travel, bathing and making love. Women with low risk pregnancies can also exercise safely throughout their pregnancies. In fact, moderate physical exercise is thought to help most pregnant women and their babies. Moderate physical activity is defined as exercise where you are able to talk easily while you move and where you keep a comfortable body temperature. Regular moderate exercise help to prevent constipation, prevent varicose veins, relieve backache, prepare your body for childbirth, maintain your overall physical figures. Good physical activities during pregnancy are stretching, walking, swimming, dance without bouncing or jumping, yoga without any strain, exercise classes for pregnant women. Even though exercise helps, it is important to check with your health worker before you begin any exercise you are not used to. In addition, there are important things about exercising while pregnant that you should know. Do not overdo it. Overheating and over exertion could harm your baby. If you are unable to speak comfortably while exercising, then you are over exercising yourself. Pregnant women are more prone to injury of the ligaments. Jumping or bouncing types of exercise should be avoided or performed carefully. After 5 months, means 20 weeks, pregnant women should avoid exercise while lying flat on the back. This can restrict blood flow to the baby. Can you travel? Most pregnant women can safely travel until close to their due date. Despite what a lot of people believe, bumpy rides do not induce labor. As long as you have a healthy pregnancy, it may not be safe to travel if you have an illness or a high risk pregnancy. The most comfortable time to travel is usually during the second trimester, 3 to 6 months of pregnancy. During this time the body has adjusted to the pregnancy and women usually have less morning sickness and more energy. If you travel, here are some guidelines for you. Find the easiest way to travel if possible. Wear comfortable clothing. Take plenty of healthy snacks and water. Stretch legs or walk every hour and a half. Take a copy of your medical records. Do not ride motorcycles. If driving in a car, plan no more than 5 to 6 hours on the road and take frequent stops. Always wear properly adjusted seat belts. They do not harm the baby. Do not take any medication for motion sickness or traveler's diarrhea without consulting your doctor or nurse. Most airlines may not take women in late stages of pregnancy. Can you have sex? Yes, a healthy woman can have sex all through her pregnancy without harming the baby. However, if you are near your due date, having sex may start labor. Women at risk for miscarriage or premature labor should not have sex or have their breasts touched sexually. Also, pregnant women should continue to use condoms. How should you bath? Women can continue to take baths and go swimming during pregnancy. However, pregnant women should not sit in very hot baths which can raise the body temperature too high. Also, pregnant women should not take a bath after their water breaks during labor. Avoiding unhealthy substances. avoiding unhealthy substances. Why should you avoid during pregnancy? Alcohol, cigarette smoking, and other tobacco use, X-rays, lead in paints, or for example, drugs or medication not recommended by your doctor or nurse. What about medicines you normally take? If you are on regular medicines, check with your doctor immediately when you become pregnant, or better still, when you get married. Do not stop essential medication suddenly. Know your warning signs. Contact your health worker immediately if any of the following warning signs occur: severe abdominal pain or cramping. This could be a sign that labor has started early or the pregnancy is growing outside the womb. Frequent contractions of the womb from 5 to 9 months. This could be premature labor. Bleeding from the vagina. This could indicate miscarriage, premature labor, or other problems. Steady leaking of watery fluid from the vagina. This could be ruptured membranes or water breaking or premature labor. No baby movements after 5 months, or fewer movement than normal. It could be that the baby is in danger. Severe headache, dizziness, or vision problems. Your blood pressure may be going too high. Vomiting that does not stop. This could lead to dehydration and starvation. Chills or fever. This could be infection. Postnatal or postpartum care. What is postnatal or postpartum care? Postnatal or postpartum means after the birth of your new baby. During this stage, women and their families are adjusting to many changes. To help you recover, you need to know about the following: recovery from childbirth, warning signs during recovery, nutrition, physical activity, family planning. Recovery from childbirth. To cover well from the hard work of the labor and delivery, new mothers need plenty of sleep and nourishment. Recovery is different from everyone and depends partly on the length of your labor and whether you had to be cut during labor or had a cesarean birth. However, most new mothers will experience contractions after delivery, bleeding that is like a heavy menstrual flow, discomfort or pain between your legs or perineal pain, sweating, breast discomfort or pain, sore or cracked nipples. What is the best way to care for perineal discomfort or pain? Some pain is normally, especially when healing from a cut or tear. To ease discomfort, you can sit in a shallow warm bath, use an ice pack against the tear, avoid sitting or standing for long periods of time, avoid stair climbing more than twice a day if possible. To prevent constipation, use natural laxatives and drink plenty of fluids. To prevent infection, it is important to pour warm, very clean water regularly over the perineum. Use a fresh sanitary pad or clean cloth every 4 to 6 hours. Warning signs during recovery. During recovery, a number of problems can occur. You should call your health worker immediately if you have any of the following symptoms: chills and fever, heavy vaginal bleeding, more than one pad or cloth per hour, bleeding with a bad smell, very large blood clots, lower abdominal pain or discomfort, painful red warm lump in breast, depression that lasts more than a week, or severe mood swings. Nutrition. Nutrition is extremely important during recovery from labor and delivery. In addition, mothers who breastfeed their babies need extra calories, energy, protein, calcium, and plenty of fluids. Breastfeeding mothers need as much as an extra meal each day. Meals should be well balanced and nutritious, including serving from all 4 food groups: fruits and vegetables, whole grains means breads and cereals, dairy, milk, curds and paneer, protein, beans and pulses. Harmful substance can pass into the breast milk. Breastfeeding mothers should avoid alcohol, cigarettes and drugs. Check with your doctor if you are on regular medicines. Physical activity. For a woman who have normal birth with no problems, gentle activity or exercise can begin soon after delivery. Check with your doctor or nurse at your first visit. Sex. Comfortable sexual activity can begin after the woman's body has completely healed, which often takes up to 6 weeks or more. Complete healing depends on many things, including length of labor and delivery, whether you have been cut or torn during delivery, whether you have had a cesarean section. Sexual intercourse should only restart when there is no discomfort in the perineum, no matter how long this may take. Family planning. For your health and that of your children, it is better to plan the birth of your children at least 2 years apart. In order to do this, you will need to use birth cannot as soon as you begin having sex again. Some forms of birth control contraceptives could be harmful to your baby if you are breastfeeding. The following contraceptives are completely safe to use while breastfeeding: condoms, diaphragms with spermicide, which needs to be refitted by a health worker 6 or more weeks after delivery; intrauterine device, IUD or coil, which can be inserted by a health worker immediately after delivery or at least 6 weeks after the birth, as long as you are not pregnant. Someone may talk about LAM, lactational amenorrhea method with you. This method suggests that while a mother is breastfeeding her child, she may not ovulate and therefore cannot become pregnant. However, this is not always the case. So warning: if you have sex without birth control while breastfeeding, you may still get pregnant. Other family planning methods may be suggested, like the rhythm method, fertility awareness. This method suggests that you do not have sex on the fertile days of your monthly cycle. This method is not completely safe and you may become pregnant if you depend on it. Talk with your doctor or health worker about methods of family planning that will suit you best. A small family is easier to look after. If you already have 1 or 2 children, you might consider sterilization as the simplest, most dependable and permanent method of birth control. For a man, the operation is very simple and does not affect his strength or health in any way. For a woman, the best time to have a sterilization is after recovery from childbirth, at least 6 weeks, but you have to make sure that you do not get pregnant during this time. Newborn care. Caring for a new baby can be overwhelming and you will have to get used to round the clock diaper changes and feeding. Ideally, it is best if a new mother gets lots of support from her husband, other family members and friends. The father can help care for the baby and often finds this rewarding. Even if the mother is breastfeeding, fathers can make sure that she is comfortable and getting enough to eat and drink. A baby's needs are simple. All babies need to be fed, to be comfortable, to be dry, to be clean, to sleep, to be loved, talked, to be comforted. Feeding. Babies need breast milk or powdered baby milk only. Newborn babies do not need any other food. If the mother cannot breastfeed for some reason, a recognized type of powdered baby milk is enough. Breastfeeding offers many of advantages to infants and their mothers. Breast milk is the best source of food because it gives the ideal balance of nutrients and antibodies which protect your baby from infections. Breast milk has been shown to protect infants against illness and allergies. Breast milk provides vital substances needed for brain development. Women who breastfeed recover more quickly from childbirth. Women who breastfeed have less bleeding after birth. Women who breastfeed get back their normal weight faster. Women who breastfeed have a lower risk for certain cancers. Breastfeeding is a good way to get to know your baby. Breastfeeding should begin almost immediately after birth, and babies should be fed whenever they are hungry. For successful breastfeeding, it is important to learn how to start and continue breastfeeding in comfort. If you have problems, it is important to seek help. Clothing, what kind of clothing? Hygiene, bathing, sleeping, loving and comforting. These are the greatly needed for protecting and for the caring our infant. So pregnant and mothers, sisters must care the baby prenatal, postnatal and newborn. Thanks for listening. I heartily, cordially thank again God who has provided us this valuable time for caring the creation. Thanks God, thanks Lord.